My name is Brad Roth. I'm with representing the Carlsbad Watershed Network, which is a coalition of nonprofit environmental groups on the coastal North County, from San Elijo Lagoon to Loma Alta Creek. We found that the Caruso's plan for the south shore of Agua Hedionda Lagoon has major flaws in protecting the lagoon from runoff. Agua Hedionda Lagoon, the whole Agua Hedionda watershed has a watershed management plan, which was completed, I think it was about 2006, at considerable expense to, it was funded by water bonds, taxpayers paid for it. It was comprehensive, scientifically based, and its aim was to preserve and restore and enhance the watershed functions of the Agua Hedionda watershed and minimize degradation from, among other things, from development. You would never know that this plan even existed from reading the Caruso environmental analysis, which contained no references to any documents that I could find. One of the key recommendations of this watershed management plan was using low-impact design for stormwater management. Things like reducing impervious surfaces, which don't let rain soak in, using detention basins, grass swales, and permeable pavement. These are things that should be done first to reduce the amount of water pollution that runs off. After that, then the measures can be taken to reduce the pollutant loads in the runoff. But the environmental analysis ignores this good design approach to prevent runoff. The environmental analysis does a haphazard job, we feel, of preventing pollution from the commercial development and from the construction from affecting the lagoon. It only gives lists of best management practices, does not specify which of these practices would be used or whether any of them are more effective than any of the others. But we know that certain measures, the ones that retain the water on the site and let it infiltrate into the soil, are more effective than ones which are proposed by the Caruso plan, which use structural filters to filter out the pollutants. The detention type measures allow the runoff to percolate into the soil, which filters out and breaks down the pollutants. The Caruso plan uses structural filters which do not remove all the pollutants, and they are much less effective than the detention methods. In this plan, the most effective methods should be used to reduce the pollutants, not the cheapest method. Also, retaining the runoff from rain has another advantage. It can be used to harvest the rainwater for other uses, such as landscape irrigation. And this is not considered in the Caruso plan, despite our four years of drought. The Caruso plan, in their analysis, it finds that some of the pollutants will be reduced, other ones will be increased. And that is considered by them, by the plan, as acceptable. Some of these pollutants that will slip through are heavy metals, which are highly toxic to marine life. There are other problems with this plan. Handling of trash and street litter is given one sentence in the plan, the environmental analysis. It proposes that people can have dogs on the trails, which would require major effort to control dog waste. Also, there are 22 acres off the site, off the building site, which will drain onto the project site, and that is not addressed in the environmental analysis. So the approach that Caruso has taken to bring this plan to the city by using the initiative process, it's a bad precedent. As it's been pointed out, Caruso doesn't have to answer to the California Environmental Quality Act, which is a give and take with the citizens on how they feel about the plan, questions that they would like to have answered or changes made to it, which generally result in a better plan. And this project has poor site design, resulting in increased runoff, bad stormwater controls, which increase some pollutants, which are toxic to marine life. This tells us that Caruso affiliated doesn't take these issues seriously and has reckless disregard for the protection of Agua Hedionda Lagoon. So this is another reason that the solution is to let people vote on this development. You should vote to hold a special election and vote on that tonight. Thank you.